Most games have a hard time making one character memorable, and then there's GTA 5 with countless characters that are interesting in some or the other way. And it's not like the game is taking you through some master crafted story, it's just one over the top situation after the next for a good 50 hours. Over the course of those 50 hours, you switch back and forth from a middle-aged man with anger problems, a young man looking to make it, and whatever Trevor is.
And best friend.
Exactly. That's Trevor, my best friend. That's Franklin, the son I always wanted.
So I decided to compare the three aforementioned men, because why not? Let's start with the main man, at least for the first few hours of the game. Michael is a legendary thief who spends his days sitting in the sun in his mansion thinking about his glory days. His family, his wife, son and daughter are walking stereotypes that sometimes make Michael look like the reasonable one. In the early hours of the game, some of the funniest missions include at least one of them, Jimmy, his son, who gets made fun of for playing games from the very first line of the modern story is my personal favorite. His daughter, Tracy, with the most over-the-top accent I have ever heard will make you cringe every time she speaks. For me, Michael's family make him much more interesting. His rage-filled arguments with them are some of the funniest things you'll experience while holding a controller in hand. In the later parts of the game, he spends more time with his adopted family, which includes Franklin, the son he wishes he had, and Trevor, the brother that just won't go away. I have mentioned a lot of characters Michael spends time with, but the interesting thing is he has a special bond with each and every one of them. He has a lot of contacts, he seems the smartest among them, and he has the whole "I've done this a million times before" thing going on.
I should put it on my show. Have you seen my show?
You mean how to dress like a salesman on a cheap golf weekend at a third-rate country club?
Franklin is kind of the moral compass of the group, even though he's nowhere near a good guy. In the second half of the game, he's pretty much always the one stopping Michael and Trevor from going against each other. Also, by the end, he kind of becomes a protagonist. He has Michael and Trevor's fate in his hands. He kind of becomes the leader too, because Michael completely falls off towards the end. In the world of Grand Theft Auto, good usually means boring, but Franklin is the exception, mainly because of the characters around him. If he didn't have Lamar, his aunt, or Trevor and Michael to interact, he would have been a stale and boring character in my opinion.
Shit, I need it, man, but hey, you know what? Man, go easy on your pops, dog, alright?
Alright, church.
Exactly, man.
Trevor made the game for many. I mean, he embodies what GTA games are about. His missions are never discreet or normal even by GTA standards. He's usually jumping on planes, trains, and almost always going too far. I think Trevor is the only character out of the three that doesn't need anybody. He's just great on his own. Franklin usually reacts to someone else's action. Someone annoys Michael into doing something, but not Trevor. Think of all his iconic moments. His introduction, the scene with Franklin where the actor playing Trevor trips over, and everything he does when you switch over to him are all iconic because of Trevor himself. One of my favorite sections of the game is when Trevor and Wade drive to Los Santos for the very first time. Every time I replay the game, that's one section I really look forward to. The back and forth, if you can call it that, is hilarious from start to finish. Combine that with the scenic drive, rain, and the mood is just perfect. Or maybe I just like long drives.
Keep mounting back here, or straps or something.
I only keep things in the back I don't mind losing.
Oh.
Trevor is my favorite character and Michael is a very close second. But if you ask me who the better character is, I think it's Michael by a mile. He's much more interesting and complex. He might not be as much fun as Trevor, but he sure has a lot going on for him. If you want to support the channel, become a Patreon member, subscribe if you want to hop in on this YouTube journey with me, comment your opinions down below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.